By chance? That's what we like to hear, folks. We're running a little bit late, so we're just going to get on with this. Just want to explain a little something that we're doing differently this year. It may work, it might not work. You can certainly leave us feedback on the website afterwards and let us know how you liked it. But we have 10 celebrity panels over the course of this weekend. And I went to Jim, my boss, and said, hey, Jim, why don't we look at trying to do something a little bit different this year? And most of you guys gone to conventions before, I'm assuming. We thought we would try to get people that are actually involved in the media here in the Northwest, Seattle, and actually have them come up and moderate the panel for the first 15-20 minutes, do a little bit of an interview one-on-one, kind of like an inside the actor studio thing. You guys will be able to take part of this by listening, and then the last 30 minutes of it, you guys can ask the questions. The celebrities liked the idea of this. We hope you guys like it. You guys know KISW at all? BJ Shea will be here moderating the Jonathan Frakes panel. Up first for James Marsters, we have Mr. Joseph Dilworth Jr. from Pop Culture Zoo, popculturezoo.com. Joseph, fantastic guy. Please give him a warm welcome. Pop Culture Zoo, Joseph Dilworth. Hello, everybody. Hello. How are you enjoying the convention so far? You can do a little bit better than that. How are you enjoying the convention so far? All right, that's better. So, do we have anybody in the audience that has heard of a show called Buffy the Vampire Slayer or Angel the Series? Anybody here fans of Torchwood? Anybody here watch a little show called Smallville? Anybody here like me, Miss Caprica? It's getting smaller. Hawaii 5-0, anybody watch that? All right, who here is a fan of popculturezoo.com? My family, I paid them to be here. Anyway, all those shows I mentioned, the guy that's going to come out on stage here right now has been in all of those and played probably your favorite characters. He doesn't need any introduction. James Marsters.
Hi, you beautiful freaks. I was at the very first Star Trek convention in 1978 in Oakland, California. Yeah. And I got to tell you, we just get more interesting as the years go by. We're still the cool ones. Yeah. Right on. You said have a seat. Okay.
We're going to grill him here.
Make it special, man.
Can you see in the back? So to start off with, you lived in Seattle before.
Yeah, I lived here for 6 years. In fact, I had a theater company about 4 blocks from here on 2nd and Main. Back then, that's where all the crack dealers were. No, I came to have respect for crack dealers. I found that they're the intelligent ones. Like, the unintelligent ones, they just roll people at night. You know, but the smart ones, they're businessmen. So I would go to them and say, look, I won't call the cops on you, but just vacate the streets between 7:30 and 8, and between 10 and 10:30. And then we have a peace deal. And they were like, okay, cool. Okay.
Did they bring any audience in for you?
No.
So that group was the new Mercury Theater, which you guys kind of took and expanded on from Orson Welles.
You know, actually, no. It wasn't. I didn't name the theater. The Mercury Theater, you're right. Wells had a Mercury Theater,
right.
But I named my theater after a theater in Brighton, England, that was got formed right after World War II. And the question was, you know, England is bombed into rubble now, and how do we reawaken? How do we rebuild England? What are we great at? And the writer said, well, we have Shakespeare. So there was a real movement to reawaken verse in modern England. And so they had writers like Christopher Fry, who else? Dylan Thomas. And they would perform in bombed out churches, and people would be being rained on, and they would still show up, you know, at this bombed-out church to see some theater, and I thought that was just awesome. So I actually named it after that company. Yeah.
So here's the one I want to know: blonde, British, and a vampire. You're none of those three. So how did it happen that you became Spike?
Now?
So how do you end up playing that? I mean, was the character of Spike set as that when you went into the audition?
Pretty much, yeah. Okay. You know, they wanted him to be I was told, the Sid Vicious of the vampires. And I was like, no, you don't want Sid Vicious. Like, this is Sid Vicious.
Girls like me because I've got a great face, got a good figure.
That's Sid. That's useless. They were going to kick him out of the band. He couldn't even play bass. And I was like, Josh, you want Johnny Rotten, man. Please. So I was a Johnny Lydon of the vampire set. What was the question?
How did you end up being something that you very much weren't?
Well, because inside I'm just like that.
Okay.
I'm as nasty as you want me.
I think about 5 people just made it up.
Yeah, I'm willing to do weird stuff and get out of my comfort zone and do things that other people don't do, and so that's very much like Spike. And then you just, you know, let them do my hair, and I'm a stage actor, so you just put on a Cockney accent on it, and here we go.
Perfect. Was it true that on the musical episode they actually asked you to sing your song with a British accent? Because even the British people don't sing with a British accent. But yet you could tell you were doing Spike's voice when you were singing.
I guess that's the give. I guess that's how you can tell that I'm not really British, because I sound British when I sing. I'm also careful with the script. Oh, that's a vowel substitution on that line. Yeah, well, that's a give then. Then that's a mistake. I should have sounded American.
Like you were from Texas or something.
The Beatles hated that question.
Did they?
Oh, yeah. And like, why do you sound American when you sing? Because we grew up listening to American rock records. I couldn't say that.
I'm glad I could ask you something you didn't. So you played Spike for 7 years between 2 shows. What is it like when you don't play that role anymore? I mean, were you ready to be done, or was it tough to let go?
Wow. That's a hard question, actually. The truth is that okay, in film, you might have to do a really weird thing. You might have to do something that scares you, or something that you're not even prepared to do. And if you read a script in film and you're not prepared to do that in front of a camera, you call your agent and you say, I pass. In television, you're contractually obligated to do anything that they tell you to do for 7 years. But the safety is that you're basically telling the same story over and over every week, so there's no real danger.
Right.
But on Buffy, you had no idea. And I came to a point where I realized that I was on call 5 days a week, 24 hours a day. I had to wear or not wear whatever they said and do whatever they said to whoever they said to do it. And at some point, that became terrifying. I mean, seriously. For me, filming Buffy was an exercise in terror. No, this is really true. So when Buffy came down, it was a relief as a person. But as an artist, I realized, man, as an artist, you want to be terrified. You don't want to be in your comfort zone. And so as an artist, it was very hard to give up. As a human being, it was a huge relief.
Is it, during that 7 years, is it hard to go do something else because you inhabit that character and everybody knows you as that character, or were you able to get gigs and things?
No, there's just no time. You know, people who are on television series and rush out during the summer to make a movie usually pick any movie that's filming in the summer, and it turns out to be junk. So the best thing to do is just concentrate on that role, and when the role's done, find another role. Yeah.